Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Good morning. I wanted to podcast today about something that a lot of people are dealing with, and especially with the coronavirus, okay? How to deal with toxic people. I am sure all of you have had to deal with toxic people at some point in your life, okay? Because they are all around, okay? And especially when you're discussing the coronavirus topic, you're going to run into a lot of people that are toxic, okay? Now, there's all kinds of toxicity around, all right? There's different kinds of toxic people. There's people that talk about themselves. There's people that think that they're right and you're wrong, okay? There's narcissist type of toxic people, all right? When you're dealing with a toxic person, I'm going to tell you how to deal with a toxic person, all right? This is the way you deal with a toxic person. You don't deal with them. Okay? You don't engage with them, all right? Because what they're going to do is suck the life out of you, all right? When you get yourself involved in an argument with a toxic person, they will just suck the life out of you because they're going to try to prove to you that they're right and you're wrong, okay? And in a lot of cases, they're not even listening to you, okay? Even if you have all your facts, whether it's something that's going on in the news, whether it's in your everyday relationship, they're not listening to you, okay? So what they want to do is they want to drag you into the drama, all right? Into their nonsense, all right? Don't allow them to do it. Don't engage. And especially if they're getting loud with you, if they're getting rude with you, okay? You simply say, until you know how to talk to me, we are not having this conversation, okay? And in the case of narcissists, all right, you're going to find in your life, you're going to see a lot of people that are narcissistic and around you in your life. It could be people in your family. It could be, people you date. It could be people in business, all right? A lot of people have narcissistic kinds of qualities, all right? But when you're dating somebody that's a narcissist, all right? A classic characteristic of somebody that is narcissist, you guys, all right? And this doesn't necessarily mean that the person is a narcissist. They have to have a couple of different traits, but a classic trait, and you're going to see this a lot, is when they flip it on you, all right? When you're having an argument with somebody and the first thing they're going to do is they're going to flip it on you and put the blame on you, all right? That's to alleviate the guilt from them. That's to take off all the pressure from them. This is what they do. This is what toxic people do in a lot of cases. They're going to flip it on to you, all right, and say, no, you did this, okay? And they're not going to own where they're wrong. If you're dealing with somebody like that, you need to disengage, okay? You need to back off a little bit and let that person know, I am not going to continue this until you, number one, talk to me in a respectful manner, all right? All right, because you want to hold your power. When you go back and forth toe to toe with them, some of these people, it's just useless to go back and forth toe to toe, okay? Even if you're showing them something that's black and white and they don't want to see it, you're wasting your breath. It could be even in another case, if you're discussing an issue with friends on Facebook about the coronavirus and you have all your facts from reliable sources, but they're not even looking at it. They're not even reading it. They just want to say whatever they want to say, run their mouth, and not even listen to a fact that you have shown them. Okay? This is what I mean by you disengage, okay? You disengage. Rule number 1, we don't argue with stupid, okay? If you know what you're talking about, and you have to know what you're talking about, you guys, all right? You have to have done your research. And I'm not just talking about what's going on in the news. I'm talking about in your own relationship as well. If what you're saying, and you're in the right, if you know that you are in the right, all right? And you're looking at it from every angle, all right? You're giving it a fair look, all right, from every angle. And you know that you're right. And this person is still, discrediting what you're saying, all right? That's when you got to back off. That's when you got to back off, because you're not going to win. You're not going to win, all right? That person that you're dealing with just wants to go on and on and on, and in a lot of cases just drag you through the mud and suck the life out of you. Do not allow them to do that, all right? That's why you don't go back and forth toe to toe, because it's a no-win situation for you, okay? And you have to, if this person is not listening to you, you have to take it a step back, all right, and stop engaging and stop letting them have that effect on you, okay? Because that's what they want to do. They want to win, okay, at any cost. And if you're dealing with somebody that's a narcissist, in a lot of cases, narcissists have little empathy, all right, for that other person, all right? They're always, they're going to try to put you down, all right? Because there is no equal you and me. It's me, I'm always right, and you are beneath me kind of attitude, all right? That's why they always say when you're dealing with a narcissist, don't deal with them, okay? Because you're in for a rough road. You're in for an unhappy, unfulfilling, unhealthy relationship, all right? And a lot of people are involved with somebody that's a narcissist, and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it, you guys, that they're dealing with a narcissist, all right? A narcissist has little empathy for that person, all right? You could be crying, upset, and everything, and they could just turn a cold shoulder. It's about them, unless you're feeding their ego, all right? In a lot of cases, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to, in order to survive, you have to bow down, okay? And that is no way to live. That is not a happy way to live, all right? So you gotta, number one, I'm going to tell you that's very important is number one, okay, you have to know the person you're dealing with, you guys. You ever see people that are married for 20, 30 years and they got a good thing going, like they're in their own, comfortable state. It's because they've gotten to know each other. They know each other's tics. They know what makes them run hot and cold. They know the person. And at that point, they know how to vibe in life. They know when to bring something up, when not to bring something up, because now they know that person inside out. But in the beginning, when you're getting to know somebody or date somebody, you don't know these things. And a lot of times you'll say something that'll tick them off, or you tick them off and they tick you off and everything. So your number one rule in dealing with people, and it's not just in your relationships, it could be in business, it could be in family. Know the type of person you're dealing with. Know when to bring up a topic. Know if you're dealing with a toxic person, okay? I used to deal with plenty of toxic people, and I used to, go toe to toe with them till I finally realized, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, I'm draining myself and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm sitting there and I'm arguing with this person and I'm showing them everything to prove that I'm right, and they're still not listening. So you have to understand, it's not you. It's not you. You're dealing with a toxic person, all right? So do not engage with somebody that is toxic, all right? There's toxic people that are selfish, that just want to talk about themselves and everything like that. When you're dealing with somebody, and especially in the early stages, all right, and you're starting to see there little bits of, toxic behavior, you have to realize that is the tip of the iceberg. That if you got involved with them in a relationship, you're going to see that behavior 10 times greater later on. That's why a lot of times before you marry somebody, in the very beginning stages, like when you're dating them before you get married, there's going to be a couple of things that may annoy you. Their family members may annoy you. Things they do may annoy you. Well, whatever you're seeing that is annoying you, you can trust and believe after you marry that person, that is going to come out even stronger later on, okay? Because in the beginning, everybody's nice in the beginning. And then after you get married to somebody, people get comfortable and their real character comes out. So you have to be aware of these things. You have to be aware of the type of person you're dealing with, all right? You have to look at how do they communicate when we disagree, all right? Is this somebody that I could sit down and talk to? Is this someone that is listening to me? Is this someone that just comes back and argues at me and always wants to prove that they're right and you're wrong, and always flipping it on me? Always flipping it. You always saying, no, you're the reason that happened. It's because you did this, all right? And they're not even listening to a word you're saying. You're dealing with a toxic person. Do not engage. If you're dealing with somebody that is not listening to a word you are saying, okay, then you have to back off. You have to back off, all right? Because that's the only way you're going to calm that person down, is to let them know, no, you're not bringing me into your tangled mess here, okay? You're not going to, drag me down and throw me to the wolves, okay? Because you're trying to prove your point. You need to disengage, and especially if they're being rude or disrespectful to you, okay? You just simply tell them, I will not continue this conversation, until you talk to me in a respectful manner, okay? And you don't yell, you don't scream, you don't get upset. You just say what you have to say in a very calm, but in a way to let them know you mean business, all right? And that you are not going to be disrespected. See, this is where I have told you guys time and time again, when it comes to relationships, it's all about respect. Listen, and listen good. In relationships, it's all about respect, all right? And especially in the case of women to men. It goes for everybody, though. It goes for everybody. But the reason I'm bringing up women to men is in a lot of cases, and this is not for all men, don't take it the wrong way, but a lot of men have fragile egos, you guys. And they feel if you disrespect them, okay, they will just shut down, okay? They will just shut down. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around on eggshells, okay, when it's a touchy topic, because no, you should not have to live like that. You have a right to communicate what you have to say without being disrespectful, okay, or putting somebody down. Another thing you have to learn how to do, you guys, is not to insult your partner when you're upset. Stick to the issue, because when you throw out insults, believe me when I tell you, it's going to backfire in your face, okay? They don't forget. Even though you may be the type of person that forgets and says, well, I said that when I was mad. You have to think before you speak, because they will not forget. And believe me, they will throw it back in your face later on, saying things like, well, you disrespected me and I'm not going to put up with disrespect. So when you're arguing with somebody, stick to the facts, okay? Stick to the facts, all right? It also shows a level of intelligence as well, because when people have to revert to insults, all right, it means that they can't fight just by their words or the facts of the issue. They have to kind of go, it's kind of like giving a low blow, all right? And you shouldn't have to do that. You should hold your class and just stick to the topics, all right? You need to kind of take the high road in the fact that you're not going to go toe-to-toe insulting each other, okay? You walk away. When it gets to a point like that, when you're with your partner, all right, or you're with somebody that you're disagreeing, you walk away. Okay. And I don't mean walk away for good. In some cases you should. All right. If you're dealing with somebody that is really, you're bringing you down. All right. You know how you know you're dealing with a toxic person? You're dealing with a toxic person when you're always kind of having that upheaval in your life. All right. When it's becoming more negative than positive and your emotions are on a roller coaster, all right? When you're having a hard time finding that happiness, okay? Like everything is an ordeal when you're dealing with them. Everything is an issue when you're dealing with them. Then you know what? In a lot of cases, you're dealing with a toxic person. And you need to recognize it. You need to recognize it, you guys. You need to read up about toxic people, okay? And be able to pinpoint the kind of person that you're dealing with. That way you'll know if the person you're with is toxic. That's why there's so many articles about narcissists out there, because it's very, very common. There's a lot of people that are narcissistic. Now, some people are narcissists, but there's different degrees of being a narcissist, all right? In a lot of ways, everybody's got a little bit of narcissist in them, but the bottom line is, if you're dealing with somebody that is just flat right, unreasonable, will not be able to ever communicate with you, is not listening. Hello there. If they're not listening to you, then the only thing you can do is to disengage and let them know when you're ready to talk and you're calm and we could have a conversation and you can listen to what I'm saying, then you let me know and you just back off. You're letting them know, you know what? I am not going to be dragged down to this level. I am not going to be dealing with somebody who is not listening to a word I say. And you yourself You have to look at yourself too, you guys. You can't just be, looking at the other person. You have to look at yourself. You yourself have to be calm, all right? You have to get your point across without being overly emotional, because when you get over emotional, it shows weakness, all right? You want to say what you have to say and be stern about it, all right? And if that person comes back to you and they're ready to talk and they're listening to you, then you engage with that person, okay? When people do toxic things to you, like stonewalling you, like you're having a conversation with you and they just walk away and they're just like kind of disregarding you, like, I'm not dealing with you, and they walk away, you know what? You let them. You don't chase after them or anything like that. You hold yourself. You hold yourself. You don't chase. You don't bow down. You hold your self-respect, all right? This is what a lot of people don't do today. They don't hold their self-respect because in a lot of cases, they're dealing with a toxic person that is ripping them up, all right? And they think it's themselves. That person has eaten away at your ego, okay? They have put you down in a lot of ways. They have thrown you insults in a lot of ways, and you sit there and you start self-guessing yourself, and you're saying, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or, maybe I am a little bit overweight. No, you do not need anybody's validation, okay? Do not let people have to validate you, in other words, okay? Do not lower yourself. You have to have your self-worth. You gotta love yourself first, all right? And a lot of people, they look for relationships because they need that validation from somebody else, all right? No, this is why I tell you, you got to be strong. You got to be independent. You got to have your act together. You got to be the shit, all right? And when I mean that is, you got to do whatever you can do to be the best person you have within your capability, all right? And that will build your self-confidence, all right? So that you don't feel that insecurity when you're dealing with somebody, and especially a toxic person that will thrive on that, will thrive on somebody that has insecurities. That's why, in the case of a narcissist, a lot of times they look for weak people that are insecure, okay? Because they know they can cut them down, all right? A narcissist has a hard time when they're dealing with another strong person that is not going to take it from them, all right? So don't let anybody cut up your self-worth, all right? And like I said, you guys, we're going through hard times and everybody's stressed out, Number one, you got to worry about your health first. You got to worry about your family first, everything that you have to do. And when you find you're dealing with these toxic people, usually online, right? Because we're dealing with people now like in a virtual way because we're not going out and meeting them. We are social distancing, right? We're riding that curve. You guys, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but we got to ride the wave. We got to ride the wave. Come on, it's an endurance game, all right? And we have to beat this thing, and we will beat this thing. We have been through pandemics in the past, all right? And we will beat it, but be smart. Stay home if you can, all right? Keep yourself busy, all right? Well, like I told you before, but I'm not going to get into the whole coronavirus thing right now. But like I said, when you come across these toxic people, just disengage, all right? But don't run either. In other words, if they're saying something or they're being cutting, okay, and they're coming at you with remarks, okay, before you disengage, you let them know. Don't be afraid. You let them know, that they're not coming at you in a proper fashion. You let them know and you say, you know what? When you're ready to talk to me in a respectful way, we can continue this conversation, okay? I will not deal with having dysfunctional conversation, all right? Then or if they're loud or something, you just say, when you're ready to talk to me in the proper manner without having to raise your voice, okay, or come at me in the fashion that you are, then we can continue this conversation. That's how you deal with them, you guys. And believe me, you will save yourself a lot of aggravation, all right? And this goes for the guys too, because a lot of times they're dealing with women that are like yelling and screaming at them. They deal with it too, You can have narcissistic women as well. And this isn't necessarily about just narcissists. I'm talking about just toxicity in general, okay? In general. When you're looking for a relationship with someone, you guys, you want somebody that's kind, that's caring, that cares about your feelings, all right? Remember that. Probably one of the most important things, the most important characteristics of dealing with somebody is, are they a nice person? Is this person a nice person? Does this person have a heart? Does this person care about your feelings? Got to ask yourself that, you guys. You got to ask yourself that. It's not about how good looking they are. It's not about the kind of job they have. It's not about, where they take you. It's about how they treat you. How are they treating you? And if they're not treating you the way you should be treated, okay, within reason, okay, because, you have to be reasonable, all right? They're people too. You can't expect to be, this queen that they have to bow down to. You have to be human too, all right? And, if that person is being reasonable and they're trying to be nice to you, then you're doing good, all right? For the most part, or you're doing well. For the most part, you're doing well because they have to have a heart. They have to have kindness if you're going to deal with somebody like that. Just, stay away from toxic people, you guys. And believe me, your life will be a lot happier, all right? Don't get dragged into the messiness with them or the war with them, because that some people just thrive on that. Some people just thrive in showing you that they're right and you're wrong. That's all they want to do is show you. I'm going to show you that I'm smarter than you. You know what? Sometimes you got to just kind of walk away from the nonsense, all right? Because you have your self-worth and you're better than that. And you're not going to engage in somebody that's looking to shoot you down and not listening to a word you say. Okay? I hope that helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and share. Have a great day. Stay safe, you guys. Keep busy and keep smiling, okay? We will get through this one day at a time, okay? Take care.